Darkness doesn't just fall here. It presses. It suffocates? Not like the night on Earth, where stars peek through the clouds, offering comfort, a sense of scale, a map to guide you back home. Out here, in the void, beyond the reach of familiar suns, darkness is infinite. A vacuum that doesn't just silence sound, it erases presence. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, echoes in your mind alone, because out here, nothing listens, nothing answers. Nothing is alive. The ship's metal hull groans like an old man burdened by secrets, creaking under the weight of emptiness. The air inside smells faintly of recycled fear and sterilized metal, an aroma that claws at your chest while you pretend it's normal. You know, deep down, that you are utterly, impossibly alone. No signals, no friendly chatter over the comms. Just the hum of life support, the low thrum of the engine, and the constant, oppressive void outside that swallows everything whole. You remember what drew you here. Curiosity, ambition, the unrelenting need to see what no one else has survived long enough to see. The reports were fragmented, half-dead transmissions from probes that vanished without a trace. They spoke of a region beyond the mapped star lanes, a place so remote that time itself seems to fracture, where the silence doesn't just exist, it dominates. The loneliest place in space, they called it. They whispered about it, as if saying its name too loudly could awaken something. Something patient, something waiting. And now, you are here, floating in the black, staring at an expanse that should not exist. Stars blink occasionally, faint and distant, like eyes observing from a place you will never reach. No planets, no comets, no hint of life. Only the abyss, stretching endlessly in every direction. And the creeping sensation that you have stepped into a graveyard built by the universe itself. Hours. Passer. Is it days? Time is meaningless here. Seconds stretch into eternities, dragging your mind across surfaces it wasn't meant to touch. Shadows inside the ship flicker even when the lights are steady. Instruments act like they have lives of their own, whispering nonsense codes that don't match reality. You start seeing things, shapes, in the corner of your vision, fleeting, ungraspable, vanishing the moment you focus. You tell yourself it's stress, isolation, a trick of the mind. Yet, part of you knows. Out here, the mind is prey, and the prey is always alone. The comms crackle suddenly. Just a whisper at first. Static. Indistinct murmurs. Then a voice. Not one you recognize. Not anyone from Mission Control. Cold. Monotone. Measured. It says your name. Your real name. And something deeper, something unspoken. A resonance that feels like the universe acknowledging you. You want to reply. You want to ask how it knows. But your throat refuses. Fear grips every muscle, every thought, until you realize the truth. You're listening to yourself, but not yourself at all. Outside, the darkness pulses. It isn't black. It's alive. It breathes like a predator, patient, waiting. And then, the first ripple of movement slow, deliberate, sends the ship's sensors into panic mode. Something huge, impossible, moving across the void. You cannot see it directly. Only shadows, only distortions, bending the light of distant stars in ways that defy logic. The ship shakes, thrums violently, as if it recognizes the presence too, as if it's pleading with you to leave, to abandon curiosity and survive. But it's too late. The pull is magnetic, hypnotic. The darkness is calling. Every instinct screams to turn back, to flee toward known systems, toward the comforting chaos of crowded space lanes. But space doesn't negotiate. Not here. Not now. Every maneuver feels sluggish, as if the void itself has weight. And then the realization hits: the silence out there is not empty. It is listening, calculating, judging, waiting for the precise moment to strike, to erase your presence. Not violently, not with fire, but with something far worse. Complete erasure from memory, from time, from reality. Your mind fractures under the pressure. Memories of Earth, of people you loved, of laughter, dissolve into a fog. Reality bends. The instruments began reporting impossible things. Star positions that should be fixed, but shift. The ship's orientation changes on its own, angles twisting in ways that defy physics. You are no longer certain whether you pilot the ship or the ship pilots you. Then, in the deepest silence, you hear it. Not a sound, but a presence, a scream. That is not a scream. A vibration in your consciousness that feels like every wrong choice you've ever made. Every secret you've buried. Every fear you've ignored. Screaming in unison. And for a moment, clarity strikes. You are completely alone, except for what has been waiting all this time. Watching, patient, endless, hungry. The warning lights flash. Red. The thrusters overheat. Comms fail entirely. And in that perfect, infinite second, you understand. Out here, in the loneliest place in space, death isn't the end. Death is only the beginning. The silence doesn't just scream. It consumes. And you have become part of it.